Shanti, this is Sakar Murli of 18th Feb 2023. Essence, sweet children, you have to live like milk and sugar and not have any conflict. Renounce any bad habits you may have. Don't cause anyone sorrow. Question: what mercy must you definitely have for yourself in order to climb a high status for birth after birth? Answer: look within yourself and remove any bad habits such as anger, etc., or any vices from yourself. Stay together like milk and sugar. Follow the streameth of the one. Don't have any conflict. Don't listen to or speak to evil things. All of this means to have mercy for yourself. It is through this that each of you receive a high status for birth after birth. Those who don't have mercy for themselves cross out their line of happiness for 21 births. Song: Salutations to Shiva. Shanti, you children heard Shiv Baba's praise. Who sang this praise and who knows it? Only the decoration of the Brahma clan, that is, those who are the community of the new world, the one who the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, has made belongs to him, and he have to give a new birth, known this. Because they are the first ones to take birth through Brahma in this world. You first look birth to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, and so He is the one who supports everyone. He is the one who supports the whole world. He is the one who removes all sorrows. People are very unhappy because it is now the end of the Iron Age. Therefore, he comes and one who supports everyone. Nevertheless, there are the themes in general and in practical. So he especially helps Bharat, and into it he comes and meets those who are in the last of their many births. That is, those who come into this world first. You children know He comes the first and the one who supports everyone. Devotees remember God, but they don't know God. Since they don't know God, they don't even know the new, mouth-born Brahma creation that He creates. The Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, comes and first of all creates the human Brahmin community. No one knows this. The original eternal deity religion existing in the Golden Age. However, people have forgotten the confluence age because they have portrayed the God of the Gita as existed in the Copper Age. Neither do they know about the confluence between the end of the Iron Age and being in the Golden Age, nor do they know the God of Gita. The Gita is the mother and father of all the scriptures. It doesn't that it is the mother and father of scriptures of only Bharat. No, it is the mother and father of the all main scriptures of the world. God speaks, I come and once again teach you Easy Raj Yoga, which they have called Gita. So I too have to say, I am teaching of a new Gita. The old Gita has been finished. God Himself sits here and speaks that through His lotus lips. He have the remembrance of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, Shiva, in your intellect. He is the creator of heaven, the one who supports everyone. Sri Krishna cannot be called the one who supports everyone. God, the creator of the world, is the only one. Sri Krishna is himself a creation. He is the first class flower of the garden. The Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, is called the master of the garden and also boatman. People cannot understand how He is the boatman. He truly takes us away from the tasteless world, and He sends us to the new world here. He creates the flower garden here. All the children who have become devotees were originally the children of God. Maya caused them a lot of sorrow. There is the only one God. He definitely gives happiness to all the devotees. Someone who gives happiness to another person is remembered. A wife remembers his husband, a child reminds his father, and friend remembers a friend. Surely they must have given happiness. A friend who gives happiness and love more than a brother. Therefore, only the one who gives happiness to remember. Now, all human beings of the whole world are devotees. The 84 births of human beings are remembered. You don't speak the 84 births of cats and dogs. It is remembered the soul and the Supreme Soul remembered separately for a long time. A beautiful meeting takes place at this time. Supreme Father, Supreme Soul comes among all the children. A happy gathering takes place. One is the happy gathering and the another is an unhappy gathering. In the golden age, there is the gathering of happiness. Here it is unhappiness. When someone dies, there is a gathering of sorrow. When an important person dies, who low flags out of respect. Therefore, that is the gathering of sorrow. It is not when the devotees are very unhappy, they remember God. However, they don't know Him at all. They even say that He creates him, but could they eventually come to know Him or not? At this end, this sin is praised. O God, your divine activities are limitless. This prize has been fused. You know that if the Father don't come, who could tell you the secrets of the world cycle? Who could make you into the rules of in the globe? Now at the confluences, you are making efforts to be liberated from this sorrow for all time. The confluence age is not long. This is our new birth. It is the short age for us children to make efforts. The examination is very important. The subjects are different from the all other exams. You have to conquer of 5 vices. Many people say that it is impossible to remain pure, that it is very difficult to conquer Maya by living at home with their family. They believe that they could never find such a master. Sannyasis cannot remain pure without leaving their homes and families. So the Father shows you the way of the conference, this Maya, just as He thought of you cycle ago. When the Father teaches us devotee, He becomes knowledge once. This is called the ancient knowledge and yoga of Bharat. No one in the world knows it. The Father explains that this knowledge disappears and that even the deity's religion disappears. It is like that in the drama. It is only when it disappears and the world becomes unhappy, then God comes and establishes it once again. No one knows when it is the end of the Iron Age. Only you know the Father and the beginning, the middle and the end of this drama. To look at, you are all ordinary, hunchbacked and with stone intellects, but the knowledge is so elevated. You know the cycle of all your 84 births. If someone remembers Baba even a little, that too is good. However, if someone asks a question and you don't know the how to answer, you should tell that person it is still studying, that there is others who are much clever than you, and that you will be able to explain to you very well. You must not have ego. You should tell that person that your senior sister is very clever, and that if he or comes to other time, she will explain. For instance, if someone asks a question which even a clever sister cannot answer, you should say, "We are all still studying and we will continue to study till the end. We will continue to listen to the deepest knowledge of all. This point has not yet been explained to us. However, it is certain that although we have been studying for a long, some very deep points still remain and that Baba will continue to explain them. At schools too, they teach you gradually. It doesn't that receive all the knowledge in the just one way. In the same way, here too it takes time to study. We have yoga and makes another the same as yourself. The Father makes it very easy and explains to you day by day. God is one and everyone remembers Him. God alone established heaven and He could definitely teach Raj Yoga at the confluence age to make you into deities. Therefore, good manners are also required. Only when all your sins have ended can you become a breed of the rosary of victory. It takes time. This is a beautiful gathering of the confluence age. You have to explain that all human beings of the whole world are devotees. They make spiritual endowment of find God, and a God comes and takes place, take one back. For him to give knowledge of liberation and liberation in life, to establish the deity religion. Sannyasis believe that happiness is like the dropping of the crown. Yes, the happiness of the world is definitely like that. However, was there never happiness in Bharat? Sannyasis prefer liberation. They can never give the knowledge of the liberation in life. God alone has to come to teach Raj Yoga. Sannyasis don't have to teach it because they don't establish the original eternal deity religion. Now everyone wants there to one direction. However, there cannot be one direction in this world. There are innumerable options. Mother and father, brother and sister, eternal uncle and eternal, all these are different directions. You must no longer follow. Follow the Srimad of only the one. God comes and gives the one Srimad, and so there is a kingdom created for those who follow the one direction. Deities constantly live like milk and sugar. Here may continue to fight and quarrel. It is mentioned in the scriptures that the Kauravas and Pandavas fight one another during a day and live like milk and sugar at night. Here too, children understand when they have a trace of anger in them. They say, "Baba, I am asking you for forgiveness." So you should also check that you don't cause sorrow for anyone throughout the day. Did you have any conflict with anyone? You don't say anything evil to someone, something that hurt that person, do you? You must never listen to anything evil. If you see or hear anything like that, you should tell the Father about it. The Father has explained everything, otherwise that habit will become strong. If any one of you have any bad habit, you should renounce them. Otherwise, the status could be destroyed. Compared to the sovereignty, the maids and servants of the subject could be called poor. Who are all the laborers? They will be those who build buildings there too. So the Father explains that you must never become like salt water. You have very bad and very anger. If you do, you cross out your line of happiness for the birth after birth. Continue to have mercy for yourself. Very good manners is required to the path of knowledge. Continue to cause any of the 5 evil spirits. The Father gives you Srimad. That else could he do? Many write to Baba to say that they have renounced their anger, that they have become free from bad habits and smoking, etc. So that have mercy one another. Is it not? Now, Heavenly God the Father is teaching us to enable us to climb the status of heaven. Does this enters in your intellect? You should have this intoxication. The more you stay in remembrance, the more happiness you will have. Not everyone knows God, but even though they do not know Him, everyone has to be defined. If everyone were to come and know that God has come, there could be a big crowd here. They could come together like a swarm of ants. They don't even be able to meet him. This is why this drama is created in very lawful manner. Acha, to the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dharana. First point. Study knowledge and yoga and become a knowledgeful soul from the devotee soul. While living at home with your family, you have to conquer Maya, definitely become pure. Second point, you have to imbibe very good manner on the path of knowledge. Become very sweet and equaless. Don't say anything evil. Don't have any conflict of opinion. Blessing. May you be ever ready on time and you may have your baggage packed with the power of the backup. Someone who is clever ready is someone who packed away from the baggage of his body with the power of backup. He has packed up any connection of both possessions and samskars and remains ready. This is why the power of backup has been shown in the illustration of having all the baggages packed. You must not even have such thoughts as, I still have to do this, I have to become this. This is still left to do, but be ready in a second. As soon as time calls, you are ever ready. None of your relations or passions must be remembered. Slogan: to imbibe God's virtues and power in oneself is the one who greatest tapasvi. Om Shanti.